Hi everyone, I'm talking to Professor Todd Huffman, working in the physics department in Oxford. Professor Todd Huffman, what was your motivation to start a career in physics?
Well, I actually was an undergraduate in electrical engineering, and I was doing that because I came from a very small town in a very remote region of the United States, and thought that engineering was a sure way to get a job at the end. But as I was going through my undergraduate curriculum, I realized that I didn't really think like an engineer. I was much more interested in the underlying theories and the concepts and the cool things we were discovering as things in themselves. It didn't have to have an end goal with a product or something that you could sell, which is often what engineers are more concerned with. So I decided at graduate school I would move to physics. And then there was a choice as to whether to go into astrophysics or whether to go into particle physics, and that was a very hard decision. In the end, I couldn't make the decision. I just went to whoever gave me the best fellowship. And it turned out that particle physics at Purdue University had a really good fellowship. And so I went into particle physics.
All right. Okay. And what fascinates you most about particle physics?
It's how the questions that you're asking are so simple and yet so fundamental. Um, you're asking things like, what is the nature of matter? How do things acquire their mass? Um, what went on at the very beginning of the universe, and how do the forces of nature connect together and work? Um, and then how that connects to the wider expanse of the universe as well, even though you're looking at really tiny subatomic particles. Um, and then just the simple fact that, as I learned more about quantum physics and relativity, I mean, this is just weird stuff, right? It is mind blowing. Oh, sorry about some of the background noise. Um,
All good.
yeah. So, how can you resist that? It's an amazing thing the way that the world actually works. If you tried to pitch that as an idea to an editor in the 1800s, they would have just thrown it out because it's too crazy,
Yeah.
right? But it's real, and so reality is just far in excess of any fiction I've ever read.
Right. One last question. What makes
Mm.
Oxford a special place?
The thing about Oxford that is different, well, the thing that you get in most places when you're in a given field is that you can meet people who are at the top of their field, and that's true in many different institutions and many different universities. But the difference between Oxford and nearly every place else, that it has a natural mechanism through the college system that that connects you very closely with people who are in fields completely different from yours. And strangely enough, it's little things that do it, like going for lunch in college. You don't know who you're going to sit down next to. So you might be next to a chemist, you might be next to a classicist, and then you start having these conversations about classics or history or chemistry. And more often than you might think, uh, collaboration starts from this. That can be very unexpected, and it's a very bottom up way of creating interdisciplinary research that really is not really recognized in most other places in the world. I dare say most all places but one other that we won't mention,
Okay. Thank you very much.
unless the boat race has gone differently than I think it has.
Thank you.